From the Pro Image Group of Companies, Pro Sport, in conjunction with the Victorian Football League, presents Pro Football.
Hello and welcome once again to more VFL football in Pro Football. Well, what drama there's been surrounding the Collingwood Football Club this week. Their coach resigned, their manager sacked, their chairman resigned. New coach, former Hawthorn champion, Leigh Matthews. And so a clean out at the top of the club, but not really a new look on the playing field. But the players knew the pressure was on, particularly after so much talk about that 20% pay cut. Their opponents at Victoria Park, Geelong. Under coach John Devine, they've struggled this year and have certainly had their share of publicity. Could the Collingwood Army be satisfied this afternoon? Joining me in the commentary position at Victoria Park, triple Brownlow medalist Bobby Skilton.
With no reins to hold and our future-looking Rosie, we're as lethal as ever. So said the Collingwood banner. After a traumatic week, they're back out on the ground, and it is now up to the players under new coach in Leigh Matthews. But it's Geelong who won the toss, up towards Billy Brownless, who's flying from behind. Couldn't take the mark, and we'll see a free kick going the way of Collingwood.
It's got to go the other way, Sandy.
It is, and here's an excellent chance for Damien Drum to put the opening score on the board.
And the umpire pointed the wrong way, Sandy. That's what happened there.
We all have bad starts. So Drum, 30 metres out. In excellent conditions. Let's see what Damien Drum can do. He fires with a drop punt. The goal, but he has a good look and signals no. 1 point up. So disappointing start because point blank range and directly in front. So Greg Phillips, it should be a pretty good duel, that one, between he and Brownless. Phillips has been in very good form throughout the season. Goes with a drop punt, looking for Fellows, comes over the top, couldn't quite pull it down. Play on will be the call. A lightning handball goes out towards Darren Mullane, up towards centre wing, and a flying mark by Steve Reynoldsson. The handball initiated by Tony Burgess, affectionately known as the Burger. Up towards the half-forward line once again. No mark taken. Fellows was trying to thump it down. Picked up by Drum. Goes for the handball out to Morgan. Morgan gets another one away quickly. Geelong looking good in the opening minutes. Lenihan a chance now. Onto the left foot he'll go. Looking for Brownless, and he's got him.
A beautiful pass. A good lead by the full forward in Brownless, and a lovely pass from Lenihan. And the Brownless, a beautiful kick of the football. Distance, no problem whatsoever. It'll be a case of whether or not the accuracy is right. So Bill Brownless, 35 metres out from goal, about a 45-degree angle. It's a nice-looking kick off the boot, right through the centre. First goal on the board to Geelong. So Geelong go to 1 goal, 7 points with Collingwood yet to score. Bill Brownless, the Jerilderie or Assumption College, whichever you would like to term him. But the boy from the bush does look like doing well. Sandy?
Billy, he likes to be known as. Now, Bobby, the other point, everyone's been talking about Collingwood, but by gee, Geelong, 3 matches, no wins. There's a lot of pressure on the Cats to do well today too.
There's just as much pressure on both sides. Collingwood get a lot more publicity because they've got more supporters, and the amount that they're supposed to be in the red is probably more than anybody else.
Well,
but nonetheless, it's Geelong in there at the moment. It's a hand pass, comes from Reynoldsson towards Christensen. He cocked one too high, and umpire Clayton decides it's time for a bounce.
There's a Collingwood player in trouble there, and it looks like Bruce Abernethy. Keep an eye on him, but he's limping away from proceedings now. Abernethy does look in strife. Flanagan goes over the top, couldn't get it effectively away. No one able to pick it up. Eventually out comes Mark Boss. Boss's kick over the centre, up towards Terry Bright. Infringed upon, said the umpire. And Bright, advantage call. Play on, down towards Brownless, and he marks again 2 metres in front of Greg Phillips.
Again, no worry about the distance, Sandy. He's about 5 metres further out than he was before when he kicked that goal.
didn't see Abernethy go off. Did you have a look at that, Bob? I think he has. I think Abernethy has left the ground. That's a shocking kick from Billy. Down towards full forward, in towards the pocket, and O'Keefe it goes, and over the line for a throw-in. I mentioned O'Keefe, so that now means I can throw out my ticket. It suggested he would kick the first goal. Who did you have, Robert?
Shane Morwood.
Well, you can throw yours away too.
I threw it away when I got it.
Still in that forward pocket region. They have a raffle at lunchtime, you see. You buy a ticket to see who you think will get the first goal, but you don't have a choice. Brownless, but it's going against Shane Morwood on this occasion. And Greg Phillips always likes to get the handball away, and this occasion is no exception. Gordon Sumner receives it, then goes up towards centre wing. Big tack flies. O'Keefe is the fierce tackler. Shaw gets the handball away nicely. Now here's a chance for the Woods to go into attack through Ronnie McKeon. Up towards full forward. Over the back it goes, and Taylor and Co will see it tipped over the line for one. Well, he didn't appear to put everything into that kick. Probably should he have?
Well, he was trying to pass it to Mark Williams.
Would he be better off going for home?
Well, as it turned out, I think yes, because there was nobody in the square, so I would have been better off going for the big kick. Craig Leigh bringing the ball back into play for Geelong. Flanagan from behind thumps the ball away, taken by Drum. He's penalised. I think a better decision would have been play on in that circumstance, but nonetheless. What else could he do, Sandy? There's Turner, Jamie Turner. It's a nice looking kick. Taylor. Oh, Taylor went straight into the back of Flanagan. That's stupid. So Flanagan. A hand pass wide. Lenahan. Hand pass on to Morgan. Morgan's kick towards the wing. Lindner at the back. Picks it up well. It's well tackled. There's plenty of time to get rid of it. And is now penalised by umpire Mitchell.
It will be Collingwood to go into attack through Gordon Sumner. Fellows across that centre wing area. Gain nothing from that. Fellows swings it deep in towards half forward, and a congested half forward zone it is too. Thump down, no one able to pick it up. McKeon was there, Reynoldson over the top, and the umpire will come in and say, I'll take charge. Umpires in charge of today's proceedings, incidentally, Messrs Clayton and Mitchell, in front of a somewhat disappointing crowd considering what's gone on during the week, particularly here at Victoria Park. But nevertheless, conditions are very, very good. I think we could be in for a pretty good game of football. Drum from the defensive side of centre. Now here's a chance for O'Keefe. He can go long. Up towards Billy Brownless, Greg Phillips and Co. Brownless was pushed out towards the back, and in fact, the umpire said he was the one that gave the nudge, so it was Fellows and Phillips, and those two will combine now. But the umpire says, no, you've got to come back and go over the man on the mark. And one wonders at fullback whether that really matters. Fellows does so this time. Towards the half-back line, Cloak got front position. Morgan waiting down. Here's danger for the Magpies as Morgan's kick. Now where's Brownless? He's coming from the side, tries to tap it over the back. Phillips is there, tried to tap it over the line, and eventually his teammate in Mike Gafer does so. So 1 more point goes on the board. 1 goal to 8 Geelong. Doing the bulk of the attacking, Collingwood have just that 1 point on the board.
So Phillips bringing the ball back into play, looks for Mullane. Mullane very close to the line, just touches it before it goes over, so no free kick, and the throw-in will take place half forward flank for Geelong. Fellows of Collingwood, Flanagan of Geelong gets it down to Morgan. Morgan floats the ball forward. Peter Johnson in the front position. Could have been a free kick to Johnson. Lindner came through, lost possession, picked up by Greg Smith of Collingwood. Smith goes wide, and Neville Shaw takes the mark. And Shaw, poor kick, touched, was smothered completely, in fact, not just touched, by Hockey on the mark. So a poor kick there by Neville Shaw. Throw in directly in front of our prominent position. Fellows gets the tap down, and a bounce will take place. As Gary Shaw was there, the two number 11s, Gary Shaw and Darren Morgan. And Brian Mitchell putting the ball down now. Fellows against Peter Johnson this time. Fellows gets the big punch out wide, very close to the line, kept in play. Mullane tapped the ball forward. It came off the boot that time.
Out of bounds on the full.
Of Darcy, and so a free kick will go. Good play that time by Darren Malone, and he really earned that free kick.
This is at centre wing, Bobby. Chance for the Pies to go into attack, and the breeze has dropped tremendously. Although Geelong won the toss, there is no significant wind favouring any particular end of this ground.
Like Kevin O'Neill, our statistician, said that in the reserve, Sandy, most of the scoring was done at the end to which Geelong are kicking.
And thanks to Kevin. Here's the bounce. Collingwood about to go into attack. Bright trying to repel it. Hocking pushes it wide. Down towards the half-back line. In fact, they can almost drift it up towards centre wing, although Tony Shaw tries to stop it. Lidner, an opportunity now, gets the handball away to Turner. Now, Michael hates a run. One bounce, two bounce. Go again, Mick, if you want. No, he says, I'll kick it, and he fires towards goal, and he puts it straight through the middle. Good play by the Cats skipper, and that's the sort of stuff they want to see to get the Geelong side going in this first term.
The way they've started, Sandy, it appears that Geelong are more fired up for this game than Collingwood. And, maybe
You've lost 3 on the trot, you can't blame them.
so too of Collingwood. True. And they have had a little more of an
What I was
upset during
saying,
the week.
I know what I was saying, that everyone's focused the
Was
attention
last
on
week
Collingwood.
Jacko left.
Everyone's focused the attention on Collingwood and forgotten about Geelong. Don't worry. Early days yet, however, in this game. From the centre bounce, Boss, a high kick, gathers little distance down towards the half-forward line. Morgan forced it, not Morgan, it was Morwood forced on the defensive, but picked up by Flanagan down towards Billy Brownless as he got the player going past. Here he goes again, Mick, and he fires with the left foot this time, but he's off target and a 1.8.
One goal going begging there.
Gee, it was.
Good play by Brownless. Good play, and the move of, I like the move of Mark Boss onto the ball, Sandy. I really think that he's probably wasted a little bit at half-back as Malane leads. Lenahan well behind him there. A well-placed kick finds Malane. Half-back flank, up towards centre wing. Thumped away that time by the Geelong defence. Looked like Darcy. A hand pass across to Turner, to Marty Christensen. Should have had the kick when he had the chance. Almost a tackle too high. O'Keefe could easily have gotten the free kick. He's in there underneath. He taps the ball out, but not before the umpire had blown the whistle and said, I'll bounce the ball. A little bit quick, he got there. And so umpire Clayton put the ball down just short of half forward, a little bit closer to goal.
What was your tip, Bobby, in this game?
He did go for Collingwood, Sandy, but the way they're playing at the moment, Geelong are looking the better side as Drum gets it to Morgan, across to Christensen. Christensen forward, but in the way is Burgess. Quick hand pass to Phillips. Not good play by Turner there. Didn't help Brownless out at all. As Phillips gets a hand pass across to Morwood. Shane Morwood was looking for Jamie Turner. Neville Shaw kicks the ball off the ground. Off the side of the boot it goes, over the boundary line. So a throwing to take place centre wing members' side of the ground.
Collingwood trailing at the moment. And we've played some 12 minutes of this first term. Reynoldsson comes over the top, tries to get it down towards Morgan. And the umpire will come in the other side. Cats coming down the highway determined to record their first win for the season. John Devine. Morgan. Jamie Turner's kick out a little distance. Morgan's kick towards Wes Fellows doing big left footer. Across the centre of the ground. Cloak. A chance now. Loses it. Almost gave away. Yes, he did give away the free kick. And Tim Darcy will be the recipient. Now Darcy goes out wide. Here's a chance for them to start the run again because Paul Couch is on that outer side. He spears one into half forward and he's got him, Billy Brownless. And this will be no trouble with the distance. He's only 45 to 50 metres out. That Bill could kick a wheat bag from here to Geelong anyway. Well, Lara.
2 kicks.
Short pass from Lara. He's going to use the drop punt. That's his short kick. And he's off target, 1 point. Well, we've seen him fire onto a couple of torps. By gee, he's really let them sail for home.
Yes, it makes me wonder why he didn't use the talk from out there, Sandy. 2-4,
plays 1 point. The margin is 15 points, and that's a very handy lead for the Cats. even though we're only 13 and a half minutes into the first term. Greg Phillips is undecided, eventually goes to Greg Smith. Well, he wanted to give it back to Greg, but no, he'll take the kick. Dangerous too, but they might get away with it because Jamie Turner has nipped in there to take the mark at half-back.
Turner from the half-back line gives it to Gary Shaw. Shaw puts the 10-metre kick into Fellows, who floats the kick forward. Oh, lovely mark by McKeown. McKeown's there.
Well, he's looking for Brian Taylor or Shaw. Lord knows what happened with the talking there.
Well, Taylor should have told Tony Shaw to take it.
Yep.
So you should never leave it. It's never a call to leave it. It should be the player in front who takes it, with Taylor doing the shepherding.
The throw in once again. Cloak. Cloak again. Picks it up and gets it out. Shaw, a hurried high kick down towards full forward. The ironical cheers, and Christensen comes over the top with a mighty and puts it over there.
So a throw-in to take place. Forward pocket for Collingwood.
The booing and cheering coming from that Collingwood members area, Bob.
They're not happy at the moment, Sandy. There's Cloak. Hand pass over the top. Reynoldsson gets it back. It's picked up by Collins. Collins, a quick hand pass across. Neville Shaw, smothered off the boot by Hocking. Neville Shaw comes in again. Hand pass across to Turner. Chance of a goal coming up as Jamie Turner goes goalward. First goal to Collingwood. A lovely piece of football by Neville Shaw and Jamie Turner.
Well, it's taken them 15 minutes into the first term, but the Collingwood Army does have reason to smile. They trail Geelong, who are 2-4 to Collingwood's 1-1 on 7's big lead.
We await the centre bounce. We'll give the Collingwood supporters a lot to be happy about. Fellows will compete against Flanagan. Flanagan of Geelong, Fellows of Collingwood. The bounce favours Fellows. No clear tap. Boss comes through. His kick slightly smothered off the boot. Gets down towards half forward. Morwood of Collingwood coming across. Lindner does it beautifully. Trapped it well. And couldn't quite get the hand pass in. Smothered it beautifully though. And now we'll find a bounce to take place. Good play by Lindner. I know he's a South Australian, Sandy, but I'll give credit where it's due. It's just that you really have to worry about the South Australians.
I didn't say. You're unbelievable. Here's the bounce. Bob's off canvas at the moment, having a good laugh, thinking he'll gain another success. O'Keefe, high to the half-forward line. Turner, did he get a push? No, said the umpire. You can play on, Mick. And so running away is Darren Mullane. Now he can bounce his way past the members if he likes. Lenihan gives chase and he eventually kicks to the half-forward line. Cloak's been quiet. One grab, couldn't take it. Shaw waiting down. Looks for the player going past, and it's Neville. Up towards Taylor. Well, this is what they want to get the Army going again. BT is back. Let's see if he's back with the Bengals.
I think he's a lot fitter this year too, Sandy.
Oh, I know, they'd love to see it. Great for footy. Great for one Brian Taylor.
And I do know that he trained very hard over the summer.
It's his drop punt. He just guides it. But he's off target. And 1 point up. So the Maggies move to 1-2. 100% on that score is Geelong. 2-4. Dangerous but effective. Flanagan. Reynoldsson saying, don't kick it to me. Well, he gets behind a top and he's going to kick it towards him. No mark taken. Cloak was there, almost thrown out, but taken by Shaw. This is Gary Shaw. Looks for the handball, gives it across to Morwood. Morwood goes up towards the forward line. Now Taylor will fly from behind and forced onto the defensive. It's Darcy at the back who takes it for Geelong, and the Cats are out of trouble.
Long kiss.
Pardon?
Kiss, I said. The kick. Mullane took it. A hand pass across to McKeown. Oh, McKeown, is it, Sandy?
Yeah. I'm more worried about your kissing.
And Ron McKeown with his second point. But Collingwood looking better now.
Yeah.
1-3 to 2-4.
Steadied, haven't they, Bob?
Really have. Williams thumps the ball forward. Hocking coming across was well taken by McMullen. A goal coming up. But McMullen's hooked it across the face of goal. A golden opportunity going begging. But Ian McMullen, 1 point on the board. And he would be disappointed with that one. Cleve goes to the outer side of the ground. Not good defensive work by Cloak there. And so Reynoldsson with the kick, half back. Over the drop punt. Punched away by Collingwood. Mullane across to Williams. The hand pass goes past Fellows. Boss intercepts. Hooks it down towards half forward. Sumner in the front position. Lindner forcing it forward. Look for Couch with the tap on. Smith does well to trap the ball. It could easily have been a trip, but Smith, a little too long to get rid of it. No talking by Williams. The short kick comes there from Evans. Lenahan.
Got Brownless in the square.
The hand pass across to Johnson there. Brownless is there. Johnson goes for goal. And he's offline, and 1 point the result. He did have Bill Brownless on his own as Phillips had to come up to meet Lenahan. And Johnston, though, deciding to go for goal. If he kicks a goal, it's okay, but he didn't, and he had the man in the square.
7 points the margin. Phillips, who's elected not to kick long so far, he's looked for the 1-2 coming out of defence, gives it across to Burgess. Williams went with the one hand. Greg Smith waiting down, trying to get it back to Williams. Couldn't do so. Here's a chance for Johnson once again. It's a shocking pass. He was looking for Mick Turner. Mick shows enormous courage, and he should be free kick, but he's not. Almost had his head kicked off. Play on is the call. Drum gets ripped off the football. Bright is cornered and caught. Burgess and eventually Sumner. Past Mullane it goes, and beating O'Keefe over the line for another throw.
Collingwood fans hooting, Sandy. I thought it was good umpiring to allow that game to flow on. The ball did come loose, and it was excellent umpiring as far as I'm concerned.
Throw in. Fellows at the back. We'll take it from the half-back. Cloak having to make plenty of ground, and there's perhaps a couple of metres caught behind. Reynoldson is in front of him now. Picks it up, looks for support, goes for the handball over the top. Couch is the target. He's got plenty of pace, this boy. Slowed down a fraction there. And Collingwood are out of trouble.
Need a bit more than pace, Sandy.
You could see a runner coming out from John Devine shortly. Nevertheless, it will be Steve Hocking to the half-forward line. And a good mark taken by Johnson. Well, he's been one of the enigmas of the club.
Why?
Because he's never been able to settle in the senior side.
Kicking is his only problem, Sandy.
Well, that's exactly what we're talking about. Billy lost it, and it's through for a point. Love having a bit of a stir, don't you? Any little bit you can snare, you grab and you tug at it like a little fox terrier. Yeah. Williams, Collingwood skipper. In towards the centre, cloaked the target, but no, it dropped short, and the mark was taken there by Ian McMullen. 15 metres, on he goes. Gets it across to his teammate in Darren Collins. Long up towards Taylor. One grab. Now, BT, you should not miss this, mate. You are directly in front, 35 metres out. This to bring Collingwood within 2 points. And he's drilled it straight through the middle. That's what they want. BT kicks his first, and by gee, that'll give him confidence. So the scoreboard of Victoria Park shows Geelong a 2-point margin. 2-6 plays 2-4.
We've often been critical of the oval here at Collingwood to Sandy when we've had a bit of rain. We've had quite a bit of rain this week, and the ground has come up beautiful.
2 points to the margin. Centre bounce. Got a feeling we could be in for a thriller here today. It's a bad bounce. Fellows can pluck it out of there and give it to Williams. Collingwood into attack again, down towards that left half-forward flank. Well, the mark was almost taken by young Darren Collins. He's got plenty of pace as he whisks it into the half-forward line. Play on, said the umpire. It wasn't a mark, BT. And so a bounce will take place. I get the feeling at the moment the army here at Collingwood are just wondering what's going to happen today. And should they be successful, as Shaw's kick goes across the face of goal, doesn't even register a score, and Hocking should be able to bring it away. Goes with a left footer across the face of goal, but finds its mark in Lenahan. Yes, should they hit the front, they'll just about tear the place down.
So Lenahan from half-back towards the wing. Kick dropping short. An easy mark to Tony Burgess, who plays on immediately. Comes in towards the centre. Runs his full distance. A hand pass across to Turner. Turner's hand pass smothered. Excellent play by O'Keefe. Gets it across the drum. He breaks the tackle. Hand passes wide. Michael Turner now. The Turner before was of Collingwood as Michael Turner puts the kick forward. It's a shocking kick from Michael Turner, though, and out of bounds on the full. Poor kick there by Michael Turner. And so Phillips of Collingwood, and alongside the behind post, puts it towards the half-back line. Fellows should have taken that one. Gafer hand passes wide to McMullen. McMullen's high kick off the side of the boot, out of bounds on the full. So the free kick will be taken there. A good crowd in the outer, Sandy. Lenahan of Geelong will take the free kick. Short pass, Peter Johnston getting away from Morwood.
Could he kick it from here, Bob?
No, Sandy. So Peter Johnston goes for the short pass. Lindner's there. And diving mark. No, he's dropped it. Couldn't get the hand pass clear. And so a throw-in to take place.
On the out of flank, Fellows, front spot, got it across to Williams. A hurried kick down towards the half-back line, but Christensen takes a good mark. Swings Geelong back into attack once again. Brownless edged out by Phillips, didn't even get a chance to fly Morwood's mark. You'll have to go back.
He's got 15
he's got
metres.
15, yep. So that's okay. Puts Tony Shaw under the hammer. And he's pinged him.
It was ridiculous, Sandy.
That was unbelievable. Well, if this results in a goal, which it could well do, but it's a shocking pass, so Morwood says, thank you very much. If you mucked me around that time, you won't this time. Down towards centre wing. They're both having a good old nudge here. Hocking, clear, but the whistle had sounded, and he's going to bring him back just over the centre wing area. To take a kick to put Geelong into attack.
Pretty pacey umpire, is he, Sandy? Athletically, I'm talking, on the foot running circuit.
Very pacey. Very pacey. Short. Billy.
Now,
well, he'll kick it from here. Now, if he uses a talk.
they are looking for him, Sandy, I'll say that much.
He's going to use a bowling drop punt. It's a fair kick too, but it's drifted across the face of goal and a solid mark. And Les Fellows didn't appreciate the attention. That was a good mark.
So Fellows from the back pocket with the aid of a 15-metre penalty.
Into time on Bobby too.
And Wes Fellows puts it towards half-back. Thumped away by Marty Christensen. Taken by Couch. Across to Flanagan. Flanagan now with a left foot. Drum.
Oh.
Left it, I think, for his teammate. Johnston loses possession. Lindner tried to pick it up. It must be a bounce. And the bounce will take place 12 metres out from the Geelong goal. With Geelong at this stage on 2 goals 6. Collingwood 2 goals 4. It's not my day, is it?
That's Jack Dyer's teeth.
Mine are all mine.
Here's the bounce. Fellows thumps it towards the line, and Tony Shaw keeps it in play as he just drifts it back towards the half-back line. Perhaps a little dangerously. Who's going to be waiting down? First to it could be Darren Collins. Gets away from Christensen, but he's got to follow it up, and Christensen's got the pace. Flanagan does the shepherding. Christensen's clear. No, he's not. Now he is. Back onto the right foot, up towards Lindner. Showed courage to go for the ball, but couldn't take it. Couch gets it across to Morgan. Morgan flicks it across with his left foot. The bounce. Greg Phillips. And eventually Greg Smith clears. Gets the handball out towards Burgess. Burgess steadies, the former West Adelaide player, towards Cloak. Now, there's only 2 players down in the Collingwood forward zone. Cloak taps it clear, went over the top of Turner. Gary Shaw tackled, and the umpire will again call on a bounce. And then he had to get it down across half forward. There was no one else home. But the siren has been. Quarter time, Geelong 2-6, leading Collingwood 2-4. 2 points separating Geelong and Collingwood, favouring the Cats as we go into the second term here at Victoria Park. It was the Cats who made a great start to the first term, but Collingwood steady. Flanagan wins it out of the middle, but he doesn't take it away. It's Shaw. Reynoldsson thumps away. Now an opportunity for Hocking. Gets the handball back towards Drum. He's got to retrieve it again himself. Nowhere to go. He's in strife. Darcy could be the answer. Shepherding by Reynoldsson sees him clear. Thinks about the handball, but then bounces it down towards the half-forward line. They want a good start. Turner gives them the opportunities. He spears one in towards half-forward, but there's no one at home. And the Pies are out of trouble once again. Drifting it back towards Turner. Couldn't quite take the diving mark. Hocking comes in to relieve the pressure for Geelong. Goes in towards the middle, and the mark is taken by Couch. Now he goes out wide towards the half-forward line, and the mark is taken by O'Keefe. He gives it to Turner. You'll be on your right foot, Mick. Well, he's going to, and he drifts it across the face of goal, but Littner takes the mark. Well, I thought Turner might have had a go with the left foot, but he pushed it with the right, and Bruce Littner has been through a shocking run with injuries since coming across.
Even the year before he came across, Sandy.
Yep. Let's see what he does. Drop punt on its way. He's a right footer, and he's just drifted it slightly. So the Cats go to a 3-point margin. 2-4 plays 2-7. Sevens big league.
Watching Lynn these last couple of weeks, though, Sandy, I have the feeling that one of these days he's really going to set alight.
Well, it's very surprising hearing you, a Victorian, say that about a South Australian. One wonders what you'd say of Barry Rockman across here. Where's Fellows? It's kicked short. Morgan, can he get clear? Yes. Up towards the half-forward line. Littner! Couldn't take the mark. Got a beautiful ride, pushed out in front of Morgan again, close to the boundary line, and he eventually, under pressure, is forced to take it over.
Throwing to take place on the half-forward flank for Geelong, actually midway between half-forward flank and centre wing. Fellows of Collingwood, Peter Johnson actually gave away a free kick, I felt, Johnson. Gary Shaw gets the short kick forward. It's well taken by Collins, a quick hand pass across to Neville Shaw. Mullane back to Neville Shaw. Tackled, got the ball away. Hocking comes in, gets the hand pass towards Reynoldsson, doing a fine job against Cloak. Goss across to Darcy. Darcy with a kick straight down the ground. Well, good piece of defensive work there as Greg Smith came through. It was Phillips who did the good piece of work. Johnston tried to get the hand pass into Bright. Bright breaks the tackle, gets it on now. Almost taken by Couch, he lost it. Picked up by Gaffer. Hand pass, then knocked over the top by O'Keefe. Coming in is Turner. The hand pass towards Peter Johnston. Should give it back to Turner, but Johnson goes towards goal. Offline, out of bounds on the foot. So Phillips puts the ball back towards half-back, and a good mark taken by Darren Flanagan, who showed good courage to stand in front. Flanagan puts the ball forward. Brownless from behind that time, though, has to punch the ball away and gave away a free kick to Phillips in doing so.
So Greg Phillips at full-back. Been the club's most consistent player this season. I know it's only early. Reynoldsson from behind, thumps it down. Gary Shaw. Morgan rides him into the ground, and he'll take it from him. And what's said about him to Ian McMullen? Will have a good run, Ian, and he does. Eventually goes long. Taylor caught him unawares a bit. At the back will be David Cloak. Can he bounce ball bounce favourably for him? No, it can't, as Reynoldsson applies the pressure. Good smother. And a blind kick goes out of bounds on the foot. It was by Collins. So I'll wait for that one to be relayed back. Scoreboard at the moment showing a 3-point margin favouring Geelong in a low-scoring, pretty tight encounter in absolutely ideal conditions here at Victoria Park. And one wonders whether they'll get that footy back. Quite frankly, I'd bring another one out.
I'm inclined to think there's a kid racing like mad down the streets of Collingwood, Sandy.
Mum would have the Holden revved up, just waiting for him. Well done, son. Saved us another $40. Someone in the crowd offered them one of those plastic yellow ones, but that's been rejected for some reason. Well, here comes one from the other side of the ground. They're not able really, though, Bob, at the moment, Collingwood, to make any deep impact, are they? They're not showing as though they're going to charge away. I mean, nor is Geelong.
They have at least settled since that initial play by Geelong when they were right on top early in the piece. And Collingwood have settled, and that's a lovely mark taken out wide by Brian Taylor.
Well, he's looking for a big one, BT. It'd be great to see him back in business today. His kick is across the half-forward line, and we'll give him the benefit of the doubt. A magnificent pass to Ian McMullen. I don't think that's what BT was thinking somehow. Still, McMullen is directly in front, 40 metres out, and a chance to put the Maggies in front.
So Ian McMullen from directly in front. Plenty of distance there. It's swinging back, and Collingwood have hit the front for the first time in this game as they go to 3-4 with Geelong on 2-7. A 3-point margin in favour of Collingwood, with Ian McMullen kicking his first goal, and he's been quite a busy player, Sandy.
Yes, a 3-point margin favouring the Magpies. Some 6.5 minutes into this second term here at Victoria Park. Centre bounce once again. It'll be Flanagan and Fellows. The bounce is another shocker. Turner, a chance for Collingwood. His handball goes back in towards the middle. Boss, oh, should be free kicked, and will be. From the pivot to put the Cats into attack. Brownless waits at the back. It goes to the side. Lidner scoops it forward. Now it's up to Brownless. He needs support, the big fella, as he lumbers clear. But he eventually gets tagged, gets the handball out in front towards Terry Bright. Bright goes to ground and socket off the ground, and I think on the full, and it'll be Lidner or Brownless to take the free kick, or will it be Bright? Terry Bright.
Brownless, I think.
Yes, I think you're right. Now, this will test him on this angle. Might have to use the check side.
I better explain that, Sandy, because Victorians will not know what you mean.
So Brownless, right on the boundary line, and he's using a check side, and he guides it through for 1 point.
Most Victorians would understand the banana kick. It's put onto the side of the boot and almost put in reverse, as one might say.
That doesn't surprise me that Victorians would understand that, seeing most of them come from Queensland.
Gafer taking the hand pass, gives it back to Gary Shaw, onto Sumner. Sumner now has plenty of time to come towards the centre, drive it to centre half forward, punched away. McEwen's there, look for the hand pass, brings it over the shoulder. Taylor, lovely mark by Taylor, used his body beautifully, got rid of Craig Cleave, and Brian Taylor from only 20 metres out directly in front should have no trouble at all in bringing up his second goal. 2 points, the margin between the sides at the moment. After this kick, it should be 8. Brian Taylor's kick brings up his second goal, and Collingwood go to 4-4 with Geelong on 2-8.
Brian Taylor making a point of running right down to Ronnie McKeon at centre wing, saying thanks mate, well done, and back he goes.
Yes, and that's good teamwork.
Yep.
To let the player know that you do appreciate the support that you get from upfield.
So back in the middle, the Maggies starting to fly.
Centre bounce. Fellows taking a very long run in. Flanagan, well, not even half the run that Fellows is taking from the bounce. No clear tap, and Jamie Turner streams away from the centre, puts it wide. Taylor from behind, a good mark to Cleave in the front position. And Craig Cleave very improved player. Cleave puts it in towards the centre. Flanagan coming across the front, punched away, taken by Morgan. Tackle, gets the hand pass in though. Geelong tackle again, it comes back to Morgan. Tried to get the hand pass in, but threw that one. And
good pressure football by Collingwood, Bob.
a 15-metre penalty being paid against Damien Drum. He did collide there, but I thought it was an accident when he collided with Greg Smith. Greg's quite prone to make sure you see it, though.
Oh, marked by Taylor. By GBT is hot at the moment. He's kicked two. He said there's a few that I have to show, and I intend doing it. But that was a strong grab, Bob.
Well, we know what Brian Taylor is capable of, Sandy, when he really lets himself go. Pulls up the sock. And Taylor now. 35 metres out from goal. Just scrapes it in, I feel. No, 1 point.
Well,
Thought he might have just
he did
snuck
too.
it in.
He did too. But nevertheless, a point goes on the board for the Maggies. They're 4-5. Geelong are 2-8. Kick back into play. O'Keefe waits at the back. Reynoldsson flies. Cleave, a hurried kick down towards the centre wing. Now Darcy may keep it in play. He's under pressure from Smith. And well done, Greg Smith. Attacked the ball. And it goes over the line for another try. Johnson in front, but Fellows scoops it clear, only to see Darcy take it. A high kick. No mark taken. Who's waiting down? Lidner went through, but without the football. And once again, Collingwood should be able to get out of trouble. They do so through Gordon Sumner towards centre wing. Morgan, caught, eludes the tackle, gets a high kick up towards the half-forward line once again. Plenty of flyers. Who's waiting down? Again, Gordon Sumner. Back towards the centre. Hocking, late on the scene. Oh, here's a chance now for Mullane as he's clear. Gets the handball up towards Cloak. And will be free kicked. He's called play on down the ground. Cloak's handball was a shocker, and intercepting to take the ball away was the Geelong defence, and they push it down towards centre wing through Mark Boss. Now Lidner goes over the top, gives it across to Drum. This is danger here because Drum's clear. He steadies, fires in towards full forward. Brownless gives a decent old shove. Play on is the call, and Billy's kicked the goal, but he gave the most massive push in the back you could ever hope to see.
Well, I thought it was the Collingwood defence that confused themselves there, Sandy, and were pushing each other. And they are over-conscious of Bill Brownless there, and I'm sure that Greg Phillips is quite capable of doing the job, and there's no need for them to be over-conscious. But Bill Brownless with his second goal, Brian Taylor at the other end, also with 2, so it's 4-5 to 3-8. 29 to 26. 13.5 minutes have gone in the second term. Turner tried to gather it in. Morwood does for Collingwood. A long hand pass. Darcy coming through, traps it well. Williams gets it across to Tony Shaw for Collingwood. Tony Shaw going wide. Taylor and Cleave collided. No free kick to either. And I agree with the umpiring on that occasion because they just collided with each other. O'Keefe picks the ball up for Geelong. Swings it back in towards the centre. Smith from behind, punches the ball away from Collingwood. Jamie Turner forces it wide, picked up by McMullen. Tackled, loses the ball, kicked off the ground by Williams. Up towards half forward, Gary Shaw taps the ball forward, traps the ball well, gives the hand pass back towards Williams. Williams swings onto the left foot, goes goalward. He's way offline though, so far in fact that it's out of bounds on the full, and the resultant kick will be taken by Craig Cleave. Cleave goes short. McEwen's there for Collingwood, couldn't take the mark though. Christensen gets a push in the back. And so Damien Christensen will take the free kick for Geelong. From the back pocket. Christensen signalling that he's going to go across the ground. Cloak up high. Reynoldsson was there, couldn't quite gather it in. Overran the ball completely. Tony Shaw took it from Cloak across to Collins. Collins not a good hand pass, but it's well gathered in by Williams. Back towards Turner. Turner hooks the ball over the shoulder. Gary Shaw couldn't quite get it. Cleve does for Geelong. Tackled, just got the short kick forward. Bright traps the ball. The left foot kick from Bright up towards the centre. No mark taken. O'Keefe dives in after it, taps it forward. Tony Shaw's first on the scene for Collingwood. The hand pass across to Fellows, likewise to Greg Smith. His kick over half forward. Taylor in front, another good mark.
Playing well, Bob.
He is playing well.
6 marks to Brian Taylor.
And, he's a far better player when he moves around and gets the front position. Once he's in front, it's very hard to move a player like Brian Taylor, and he's playing at the moment as he should. Too often Brian Taylor gets behind and starts to push. Taylor directly in front, 45 metres out from goal. Nice looking kick off the boot, but I think he's offline. And so too does the goal umpire. So 2 goals, 3 to Brian Taylor. And the 3 that he's missed, well, I could say that 1 was fair enough, but the other 2 have been fairly easy, Sandy.
Percentage football.
I don't think Neville Shaw's too worried about giving away that 15-metre penalty. And Damien Drum comes up towards half-back. The hand pass misses Morgan, but a favourable bounce sees Darren Morgan put the long kick towards half-forward. Smith and Morwood talking, and Smith takes the mark.
So Greg Smith at half-back initiates a Collingwood attack. Williams in the centre. He's like a general out there at the moment. Gives it across to Turner, who spears one into Taylor. 7 marks now, BT. How's your kicking this time, Boyd?
Nick Williams is in a bit of trouble back behind the play, Sandy. Just doesn't look to be 100%.
No, he's been quite content to farm out the handballs when it's come his way there in the middle.
I will say this much for Mark Williams, Sandy. He's not quite the normal South Australian, and he'll be in there pitching.
You can't help yourself. Taylor. It's a better kick, BT. You've threaded that one, and he has. Goal number 3. And once again, the Maggies jump clear. 5-6, plays 3-8 on Sevens. Big league, a 10-point margin favouring the Pies.
Collingwood's defence has been excellent this quarter, Sandy. They've really responded, and I think the whole defence have risen to the occasion and continually put the ball out of the Geelong forward zone.
Here's the centre bounce once again.
Reynoldsson to full back. Cleve coming out onto Cloak.
Let's see what happens from the middle. Tony Shaw thumps it wide. He was in a punching go with Boss, but it's Couch who takes it away for Geelong. Long down towards half forward. Lidner, 2 grabs. Within kicking distance. Favouring the drop punt. Almost directly in front, 35 metres out. And a chance to bring the Cats to within 4 points. Drop punt on its way. Distance not a worry. Accuracy looks pretty good off the boot. That's a beautiful kick for goal. And Bruce Lidner has steadied for Geelong. Bob Skilton is hidden under the desk because he also comes from South Australia. And it's another goal on the board.
So 1 goal to Bruce Lidner. And I did notice that Mark Williams had a few words to Damien Drum. He might have caught one when I said he wasn't the best. The centre bounces. We see the board, 4 points the margin in favour of Collingwood, 36-32. Fellows of Collingwood, Flanagan of Geelong. Tony Shaw gets the hand pass in. Hocking couldn't quite gather it, but recovered well. The trap to push in the back to Turner, and that's exactly the way the umpire sees it. Turner doing an excellent job for Collingwood. So Jamie Turner goes long. Cloak in the front position. Flanagan punches the ball away. Daniels now on the ground. Couldn't get the ball. And so we find the bounce to take place 30 metres out from the Collingwood goal. 5-6 to 4-8. David Cloak, as Sandy just indicated to me, can't quite get into the game. Williams. Across to Tony Shaw. Brian Taylor taps the ball down. Hoyles takes it, goes across the goal, finds Lenihan. O'Keefe's further up the ground. A shocking hand pass, well intercepted that time by Mullane. Lenihan forces the ball over the boundary. Good play, Mullane, but a shocking hand pass by Lenihan. Darren Leigh. Really, he anticipated what was coming there. Flanagan gets the ball down. Williams coming through. Oh, hit the post. Deserved better. Great piece of roving by Mark Williams. And so 1 point on the board. Collingwood 37-32. Just over 20 minutes into the second term. Oh, good mark. Nice mark to O'Keefe in the middle of the pack. Tall for a winger. O'Keefe in towards the centre. Fellows in the favourite position. Brought the ball down for mine. He traps it well now. Flanagan just taps the ball away. Cleve coming in. Can't go off. Caught one too high. Should have got the free kick. And Cleve now taps the ball out. Flanagan a hand pass to Hoyles. Out wide to Lenihan. Lenihan up towards the wing. Turner out in front. Can't get there before the boundary line. And so a throw-in will take place.
So a throw-in at centre wing. 21 minutes played, second term. Collingwood leading, but unable to break clear. Geelong trying desperately to stay in it. Boss's kick smothered, he goes in again. Turner now a chance. Now where's it gone? He says, I've lost it, can I find it again? As Damien Drum comes in over the top. The whistle had sounded, and another bounce to take place. Still on centre wing, perhaps Collingwood slightly into attack. Flanagan and Fellows. Bounce that favours Flanagan. He taps it down towards Darren Morgan. Morgan's high kick. Brownless couldn't take it. Phillips bottles it up. And another bounce.
It appears that Brownless has been instructed to come out to half forwards, Andy, and virtually leave Lindner as the full forward.
This is well out at the moment. In fact, he's going to take this ruck work with Fellows. Brownless wins it down towards Terry Bright. Had a bit of a chat to him before it, but it's Shaw who takes it away, gives it to Greg Smith. Smith long towards the half-forward line. McKeon is there and he's got it.
Should have the shot of goal from there, Sandy.
He will, 35 to 40 metres out, almost directly in front. Hasn't goaled to date. He can kick a ball. He's off target. 1 point up. Well, they've had a number of set shots, Bob. And in fact, Ronnie McKeon is one of the main offenders because his contribution of that 5-8 is 3 behinds.
5-8 to 4-8. 1 goal between the sides as Reynoldsson puts the ball back into play. Cloak thumps the ball down. Flanagan couldn't quite take it on the half volley. Now gathers it in. He's trying to give the hand pass. Does so now to Morgan. Morgan, a well-placed kick, puts it up towards Hoyles. Hoyles from centre wing. Brownless. Oh, should have been free kick. Yes, he is. Seeing Hoyles put the ball forward makes one feel old, Sandy, because I played with his father in the schoolboys.
Let's speak of Bob School.
So Bill Brownless from half forward goes short. The lead coming from Turner. And the mark taken by Michael Turner, who has 1 goal to his credit, 1 goal, 1 in fact. And from only 35 metres out, it's a fairly acute angle, but still plenty of goal open. And so a good kick from Michael Turner could even the scores. Turner goes goalward and does exactly that. Evens the scores as he kicks his 2nd goal, and it's 5 goals, 8 apiece.
It's Turner 2, Brownless 2. For Geelong, and Bruce Lindner 1, whilst for Collingwood, Brian Taylor has 3, Jamie Turner 1, and Ian McMullen 1 goal. 5 goals, 8. Scores locked away here at Victoria Park. Beautiful conditions. And both sides desperate to record their first win of the season. We're a minute away from entering time on in the second term. An infringement out of the centre, and the kick goes the way of Collingwood. It will be taken by Fellows. There's a gimme down towards Cloak. Couldn't take it. Well spoiled, however. That was by Christensen. Towards the boundary line, kept in play by big Ronnie McKeon. Gets the handball across to his teammate there in Mike Gafer. Gafer's kick is short towards the half-forward line. Shaw taps it down to his namesake across to Mark Williams. Williams content to handball. Neville Shaw long towards goal, and he's goal! Great kick, and the Pies are back in front by 6 points. And the Collingwood boys ecstatic. 6-8 plays 5-8 on Seven's big lead.
could say the Shores had something to do with that, Sandy, because Tony, Gary and Neville all had a hand in things.
Sure.
Thank you, Sandy. And Collingwood 1 goal in front again.
Actually, which Shaw kicked it? This
Neville.
Trivia. Neville. So he kicks his first goal. So we go back for the centre bounce again. Fellows with that mighty run-up. It's Turner who taps it clear. Only to see Bright take it. Eludes 1-2 tackles. Gets a hurried right foot kick to the half-forward line. Lidner's in front and will be paid the mark. Now, Bruce can kick a ball. And he gets behind it. He wastes no time here and he thumps a drop punt deep in towards the goal. In fact, he drifts it across the face of the goal and 1 point up. But he can boot one. So 6-8 plays 5-9. A close game for Victoria Park.
Greg Phillips bringing the ball back into play for Collingwood. Looking for Fellows, Turner and Drum, and Turner takes a lovely run. An excellent job for Collingwood. And Jamie Turner in towards the centre, looking for Cloak. Cleave in the front position. Cloak taps it over the back. Hocking's there for Geelong. Gathers it well. Puts the short kick forward. Morgan, will he get a favourable bounce? Well, bounce or not. Burgess came in. Turner's short kick picked up by Gary Shaw. Mullane goes long down towards half forward. Lenahan in front, ducked the head, and will get the free kick. And Michael Lenahan in towards the centre. Burgess from behind. Tony Burgess. Hand passes to Jamie Shaw onto Shane Morwood. Morwood should go long. Looking for Taylor. It's Taylor and Reynolson. Taylor from behind, punched away by Reynolson. Taken there by Lenahan. Daniels putting him under pressure. Good play by Daniels. And it's over the boundary line though. Nonetheless, the youngster from Sea Lake put all the pressure on the Geelong defence and kept the ball on the Collingwood forward line.
Throw in. Collingwood's attacking zone. Flanagan trying to come over the top of Cloak. A good smother. Morgan clear. Gets the handball away to Hocking. A hurried left foot kick down towards the half-back flank. No mark taken. Play on is the call as Mick Turner's in there with Greg Smith. And eventually the umpire will come in and decide upon a bounce. Nothing in this game in this first half of footy. Close to siren time. A low-scoring encounter. But a pretty dour struggle. Defences. Smith again. Clear. Shaw. Tony Shaw. Enough Shaws here. Poor kick. Oh, Daniels taps it clear to Taylor. He'll be on the left foot, BT. What can he do with that left foot? Drifted across the face of goal. What's that, Bobby?
3 goals, 4.
Out of 6-9. So 28 minutes played. Shaw used the body for luck. That was great skill then. Taylor again, the flyer, but up too early on this occasion. Christensen waiting down, gets ridden into the ground.
What a good tackle,
Ian McMullen going right over the top. And so Christensen will take it from the back pocket. Short, almost off before he took it, was Damien Christensen. Nevertheless, it's clear now. Fellows should take it.
Using his height to advantage. Some may think he didn't hold it long enough. Fellows now towards centre half forward. Cloak and Taylor. Taylor left it for Cloak. Cloak couldn't take the mark. Reynolson coming through was ridden into the ground and will take the free kick. So Stephen Reynolds started at centre half back against Cloak and did an excellent job, but this has been forced to go to full back where Brian Taylor was doing well. Reynolson, well-placed kick, I felt, but Boss came out in front. Boss, kick dropping short. Brownless should have been free kick there as Phillips was hanging on to him. Call play on, and Turner gets the hand pass across to Sumner. Sumner goes wide. Mullane's there for Collingwood. Taps the ball down, can't keep it in play. O'Keefe was there for Geelong, and the throwing to take place on the centre wing, Members' side of the ground, with almost 30 minutes gone in the second term.
Throw in. Brownless, flooded by players coming over the top. Tony Shaw is wide, gets it across to Gary, back to Tony. Come on, boys. Now McMullen. steadies. Long in towards goal. It's a spearing kick and he's split them straight through the middle. Ian McMullen kicks his second and the Maggies surge further ahead. 7-9 plays 5-9 on 7th. Big lead.
Once again, Tony Shaw and Gary Shaw, both in the thick of things, been busy players, both doing their job, and so the Collingwood hierarchy would certainly love to see Gary Shaw playing well.
Centre bounce once again. 51 plays 39, a 12-point break for the Pies. From the centre bounce, it's Boss who gets a hurried kick to the half-forward line, thumped down past McMullen, who's dared to come through. It's Moore, pushes a handball, floating it high. Turner, he's had a great game. Floats it wide. Hocking shrugs one tackle, gets clear, then goes back over the centre once again, but there's no one at home, and they'll drift this out of defence as easy as you like, and this could be the springboard for another attack in towards Taylor, and he's got it.
Great play by Phillips then.
Greg Phillips started it. He got it across to his teammate in Ian McMullen, and McMullen, the running player, gave it to Taylor. There's the siren, so this is a very important kick. They can go 3 goals clear at half-time.
I think he might kick it too, Sandy.
Well, thank you, Bob.
But he did kick it.
For 1 point. So, at half-time here at Victoria Park, Collingwood holding the ascendancy with a margin of 13 points. 7-10 plays 5-9.
You want to be a real footballer? I've been a real footballer. You've got to look like a real footballer. You've got to go for the mark. The VFL mark. Go for the mark. Go for the mark.
Go for the VFL mark at leading stores. Real footy gear, real footy accessories, real footy supporters gear too, in all club colours and badges. Go for the VFL mark at leading stores.
Collingwood has turned a 2-point deficit into a 13-point break at half-time. Can they carry it on in the third term, or can the Cats come out clawing in this quarter? The vital one in this game as Flanagan wins it out of the middle, but can they take it away? Bright held whilst not in possession, and will be free kick. Terry Bright to put Geelong into attack. They want a quick goal to start proceedings. Brownless is out wide on the flank. So too is Christensen. Brownless looks for the hand pass. Christensen almost threw it out. Shaw couldn't take it. That was Gary. Socket off the ground by Lidner. Don't tell me he's gold. Try that one on for goal of the day. Absolute luck. But Bruce Lidner has done it. 7-10 plays 6-9, and that's just what the Cats wanted to start this third term.
Yes. I think even Bruce Lindner would have been surprised there, Sandy.
Do you, Bob?
I do, Sandy. Lindner now lining up at centre half forward. Brownless back at full forward. 52-45. 7 points to margin. From the bounce. Fellows. Taken by Gary Shaw towards McMullen. An awkward bounce. McMullen taps it forward for Gary Shaw again. Well tackled by Couch and penalised accordingly. Ball Couch. A hand pass wide to Cleve. Cleve, a short kick. Drummond Smith. Smith punches the ball away for Collingwood. Flanagan taps it back. O'Keefe tackling and he's tackled.
Tackled by his own
tackled by Damien Drum.
Drum tackled.
That should be a baller.
Well, let's note that one. Drum was tackled by Cleve, and Collingwood got the free kick. It's unbelievable. Hockey. What's wrong, Robert? You can't believe it either.
I don't think the supporters can either.
Collingwood into attack through Darren Malone. What a ripper for What's Your Decision. If our boys can hear it, Graham, let's make a note of that one. Here goes Collingwood down towards Taylor, playing from behind again. Williams, he was looking to try and get it back to BT. Not successful, however. Turner receives the hand pass and can run it out of defence. In towards the half-back line. Christensen gets the handball away, and Geelong look good as they come from half-back. Turner, following play down, has a bounce, goes long, up towards the left forward pocket, but it is a leg break, and Morwood is quite content to see it over the line. That is unbelievable, isn't it?
I suppose when they're laying sideways, the colours are pretty similar, Sandy.
They've both got white shorts on. It's the throw-in. Oh dear. The Fellows was in front. Taken by Morgan. At the back is Brownless. How's the bounce? Now the big fella just goes towards the line. Greg Phillips is with him. And it goes over the line. Early Brownless. 2 goals to date. 1 in the first, 1 in the second term. Flanagan in front. Looking to farm the ball down. They all go down. Burgess at the bottom of the pack tried to get it out. Geez, Breeze lightning work there because he's lost it. And the free kick has gone the way of big Darren Flanagan. Hasn't goaled today. Make it interesting if he can do something here. Oh, it's a shot.
Only a ruckman could do it.
Oh, Jack Dyer will like that. Straight down the throat of Morgan. In fact, it wasn't the throat, it was the stomach. It was that low. Handball across the top to Gary Shaw. Greg Phillips does the shepherding work and they're out of trouble once again.
To Sumner. Sumner now with a left foot kick towards centre wing. McEwen over the top. Almost took the mark. Marty Christensen gets the hand pass in. O'Keefe in underneath. Can't get the ball clear. And the umpire coming in to indicate that he'll bounce the ball on centre wing members' side of the ground. Umpire Clayton about to put the ball down. Flanagan against Fellows. The bounce favours Fellows. Went to grab it out of the ruck. Hocking gets a hand pass out towards Couch. Couch tackled, got the hand pass in there, put Morgan under all sorts of trouble, and Morgan's hand pass comes over the boundary line for a throw-in to take place. Still on centre wing members' side of the ground.
No side able to break clear at the moment, and well, we've said all along, this could be the close one of the day here at Victoria Park today. Pressure on both sides to record a victory. Couch. Clear, then loses it. Clear again, gets it across to Morgan. He bounces his way across the half-forward line. Can you have another one? No. He says, I'll kick it. Billy Brownless will come in, but it's just too close. Sock it up the ground and through, in fact, out of bounds. Well, he went right across the plates of goal. So, throw in the left forward pocket. And Geelong, Bobby, doing all the attacking in the opening minutes of this third term.
Only put 1 goal on the board, though, Sandy.
True. Gary Shaw clears for the Pies. Back towards the centre. No mark taken. It was a poor delivery. Hawkins clear, dummies the handball nicely. It's a poor kick, however. Back towards the half-forward line. Pushed out wide, and now an opportunity for Collingwood through Darren Mullane to get out of trouble. Out towards Williams. Mark Williams, Collingwood skipper. Gets behind a drop punt. In towards Cloak. They all come over the top. Hocking. Mullane threw it out. And the umpire's giving him the free kick. What for, Robert? Held whilst not in possession.
He held the ball, Sandy, Mullane, and so it was against him. His boss now gives the hand pass on to Hoyles. Offloaded as he kicked the ball. Drum takes a nice mark. Plays on immediately. Kick dropping short. Brownless was being hung onto. No free kick paid as Smith gives the hand pass out. Morwood's first on the scene. Hand passes back to Phillips. Good defensive work as Greg Phillips now gives the hand pass wide to Burgess. Burgess a long hand pass towards Jamie Turner. Awkward bounce, but Turner traps it well. Hand passes over the top to Gary Shaw. Collingwood getting out of it well. A poor kick from Shaw. Trapped by Williams. Breaks the tackle from Hoyles. Mark Williams goes forward. Brian Taylor gets a favourable bounce. Swings around. Breaks the tackle from the boundary line. A magnificent goal by Taylor. A ripper for his fourth.
Well, that's a tremendous kick. Tremendous play from those two players in screen. Mark Williams and Brian Taylor. BT's booted number 4. 8-10. Plays 6-9 on Seven's big lead.
Right on the boundary line. Taylor making no mistake to bring up 4 goals, 5 to his credit. Exactly half the Collingwood score. Sandy?
Centre bounce once again. Bounce that favours Flanagan, although Tony Shaw used the body nicely. Taken by O'Keefe. To the half-forward line for the Cats. Pushed out wide. Johnson goes to it. Not Johnson, it was Christensen, who's still there at the bottom. Damien Drum comes over the top to lend assistance, so too Darren Morgan, but the umpire decides it. Cats wanting a goal to stay with the Pies. Fellows was held.
Where's Fellows? The half-back line. Directs play in towards the centre, and Cloak takes the mark. His first for the day. David Cloak lays on a long kick, looking for Taylor. Punched away by Reynoldsson, well taken by Marty Christensen, but the hand pass intercepted by Mullane. Could have been a free kick upfield, but it's offloaded there by Reynoldsson. I thought it might have been a free kick upfield because Mullane popped one after he got rid of the ball, but none forthcoming.
Johnson off for Geelong, and it looks like Craig Evans coming onto the ground.
Taylor tried to take it. Morgan was legged. Christensen dummied, now gives the hand pass wide, looking for O'Keefe. O'Keefe taps the ball on, gathers it in well. Daniels in pursuit, but O'Keefe puts the ball up towards centre wing, and a nice mark taken by Drum. 15-metre penalty will be paid, so Damien Drum comes up to the point of the centre square. It's a lead from Brownless. Kick dropped short though, and Shane Morwood takes the mark. Morwood up towards centre wing. And the Cloak takes yet another mark, free kick, whatever you like. Hasn't been paid the mark, it's been paid the free kick. Either way, it didn't matter. So David Cloak on centre wing. Cloak favouring the drop punt towards half forward. Christensen punches the ball away. Gary Shaw first on the scene. Tackled, loses it, picked up by Williams. Hand passed forward and was then held, according to umpire Mitchell. It was possibly penalising the side as Shaw goes wide. On the point of the square, Daniels puts the ball long, looking for Taylor. Taylor in the front, can't quite take it on the second grab. Mullane picks it up, a goal coming up from Darren Mullane. No, he's missed a sitter.
Yeah. Point blank range. And Darren Mullane has kicked his first point. He'll be running back there saying, what on earth have I done? 8-11, plays 6-9, but the Pies are threatening. Threatening to break clear. O'Keefe sets himself. Williams forced on the defensive from behind, affects the spoil. Now an opportunity for Geelong to clear through Hoyles. Back towards centre wing. Over the top comes Lindner, but half an hour too early. Bright tried to soccer it clear. Eventually Morwood's hand pass out towards Burgess, a bit of the fumbles, but he has support through Turner, who was leg. And Jamie retrieves his right ankle. And we'll go back. He's thinking about that hand pass out wide to Burgess. But we'll go back and take it. To the half-forward line. Cloak in an arm wrestling competition. So they're null and void, those two. To ground and a bounce. Played some 11 minutes of this third term, and Collingwood at the moment retaining the lead that they have and threatening to go further ahead. Geelong trying desperately to cling to that. Cloak used the body. Christensen's kick down towards centre wing. Turner again, he's had a fine day, Bob, hasn't he?
Quite well, Eddie. 11 kicks, 7 hand passes.
Jamie Turner. Close to the man on the mark. To half forward. Plenty of flyers again. Who's waiting down? Now an opportunity as the hurried kick comes from McMullen down towards Taylor. Number 5. Thank you, says BT, and he puts it out into the street. Good night, Sharon. Stands straight over the top.
Why would he bother to kick it out into the street, Sandy? What
enthusiasm. But I know the point you make. Well, it's been a long time coming for him to get back in business. 9-11, plays 6-9, and they're looking better in this turn, Bob.
They're playing well. Mullen's proving a dangerous player. An excellent first half and carrying on in this third term. Centre bounce. The same two ruckmen. Flanagan of Geelong, Fellows of Collingwood. 65-45, 20 points to margin. It was 13 points at half-time as Fellows came streaming through, couldn't quite get the ball clear. O'Keefe takes the ball. A floating kick, an awkward one to mark. Morgan gets the hand pass through to Evans. Evans will go straight down. No, he hand passes across to Christensen, and Christensen steadies right through the centre. You could tell by the silence that Damien Christensen had put it through for 4 points.
Not a word. But Damien Christensen kicks his first, and Geelong start to close the gap. 9-11 plays 7-9 on Sevens Big League, and it's only a margin of 14 points. Just a couple of straight kicks, they're back in business. Main scorer on the ground, Collingwood's Brian Taylor. 5 goals forward to his credit to date. In fact, 5-5. Thank you, Robert. Here's the centre bounce again. Let's see what happens this time. Fellows, it ricochets off the fist of Flanagan. And, well, I thought there could have been a Geelong free kick to Couch at the bottom. A tackle too high, but the umpire said no, we'll have a bounce. So they can all come in now. Bees round a honeypot. It's a bounce that favours Wes Fellows. He taps it straight to the opposition, Mick Turner. Lindner was legged as he went to ground. This allows Phillips in. He loves that big, long, characteristic handball out towards the half-back flank. Going to ground was Mike Gafer. Loses it, but he tackled Couch effectively. Morgan, however, dummies nicely. Passes into half-forward. Lindner the target. Likes to try and climb like a ladder. Has support through Evans. A high kick in towards full forward. Billy Brownless stands his ground and takes the mark. Well, Brownless kicked 1 goal in the first term, 1 in the second. But his opportunities since that time have been somewhat limited. Going for goal number 3 and a chance to peg the margin back to 8 points. No, in the top of the post. Billy, 2 goals, 3 to your credit. And 65 plays 52.
Greg Phillips to bring the ball back into play. Goes for the long kick, looking for McEwen. Almost a one-hander for McEwen. Taps the ball on. Daniels comes through the lens support. Gets it across to Tony Shaw. Long hand pass finds Shane Morwood. Morwood swings it wide, looking for Cloak. Too high for Cloak, but backing up is Jamie Turner. Turner straightens up now. Could easily score from here. Won't quite make the distance. Taylor touches it. I think it was going through for a point anyway, as Brian Taylor tried to take that mark. Possibly pushed his opponent in the back, but no free kick. 14 points to margin as Reynolds looks for O'Keefe. Greg Smith punches the ball away.
Oh!
An awkward bounce that time for Cleve. Daniels coming through. Umpire Mitchell saying that he had no chance of getting rid of it, so a bounce will take place. A bounce short of half forward, about 40 metres out from the Collingwood goal. Cloak will compete for Collingwood, Cleve for Geelong. Cloak gets the tap, intercepted by Boss. Kick dropping short. Terry Bright comes out in front, gathers it well, tackle, loses it, taps the ball forward. Christensen picks it up. Damien Christensen, that is, gets the hand pass out to Turner. Turner swings back in towards the centre. Goes long, looking for Brownless. Couch is there. It's punched away by Tony Shaw. Sumner gathers the ball in. Swings it wide and finds Greg Phillips. A long hand pass. Tony Shaw accepts it. Gives it on to Gafer. Likewise to Williams. Williams straight into the tackle.
He get hurt too.
Well, it's a free kick to Williams, but I don't agree with that. I thought he fell into that one.
He did.
The hand passes out to Tony Shaw. Shaw's kick. Cloak, Cleve. Daniels trying to gain possession. Can't do so. Boyles comes out. He loses it. A big pack forming. No, the umpires let play form come on. And Morgan floats the ball forward. Punched away by Sumner. Gafer first on the scene for Collingwood. Throws the ball out to Tony Shaw. Morwood picks it up. A hand pass to Gary Shaw. And from the centre, Gary Shaw directs it out towards the half-forward line. Almost a mark down there to Collins. Collins still in there after it. O'Keefe picks it up.
Pink.
Tackle, loses it, and will be penalised.
Jamie Turner again. What a day he's having.
Jamie Turner from the half-forward line. Hand passes wide to Greg Smith. Should put into the square. Taylor in the front position. 2 grabs. Taylor takes the mark. Goal number 6 coming up. 5 goals so far to Brian Taylor. And Collingwood doing the right thing. They left the forward line open, but Geelong's ruckman making no attempt to get down there and give support to Reynolds. So Brian Taylor directly in front, right through the centre, goals 5 to Brian Taylor. Taylor saying thank you to his teammate upfield, and it's 10 goals 12, 72 to 7-10-52. A 20-point margin in favour of Collingwood, 18 minutes into the third term.
Brian Taylor still has kicked half exactly of his team's score. Or is my maths shocking?
Well, I think you failed plasticity.
He's kicked in excess of half. 6 goals, it's a fine effort. 3 in this term, 2 in the second, 1 in the first. Centre backs. Yes, I would have been correct had it been 12-10, not 10-12, Robert. From the centre, Fellows. Straight down the throat of Turner. Free kick is going to be paid to Morwood at halfback. Oh, you were off, Mr. Morwood. And in comes a gimme goal for Geelong, kicked by Craig Evans. Well, he was definitely off. So Evans boots Geelong's third goal for the quarter.
Pieces of play like that really make you wonder, don't it?
8-10, plays 10-12, and it's pieces of play like that that are keeping Geelong within striking distance. It's only 14 points. A couple of straight kicks, and back in business again for what should be a crackerjack final term. 72 plays 58. Centre bounce. Flanagan, Boss, high ball, gathering little distance. Waiting down, Christensen, pushed wide. Morwood, who won't be too happy with it. So we say, right, I'm going to fix this up. Down towards the left half forward flank, only to see the mark taken there by Johnny Hoyles. Hoyles plays on straight away with handball, and the Cats go into their attacking zone once again. Who's waiting down? No one. It's a chance for Darren Mullane to clear. Back towards the half back line, and the mark taken by Neville Shaw. In towards the centre. Cloak from behind. Forced onto the defensive. A high kick up towards half forward once again, and here to see Tony Burgess take the mark. Quick hand pass to Greg Smith. He could have gone wider to Greg Phillips, but elects to swing it back in towards the centre. Jamie Turner, who's been a winning player today, couldn't take the mark. The umpire allowing play to go on before a push in the back. It's a decision, and Geelong players and Bob Skildrum not impressed by that. So play goes on. Greg Smith is the running player. Out wide towards the right half forward flank, and Collingwood really starting to attack now. This is Darren Collins looking to go forward. Taylor's the man of the moment. He's got 6. He flies in the pack. Williams waits down. Now this will bounce. He guided that beautifully through goal. Played, Marcus. That's his first, and a very, very sensible kick for goal.
It wasn't the best looking kick, Sandy, but very deliberate, that kick by Mark Williams. There was no doubt that he came off the boot exactly the way that Mark Williams meant it, to take the score to 11-12, 8-10, 78-58. Once again, 20 points the margin as Mark Williams comes around to the side of the centre square. Centre bounce. Flanagan gets the tap down. It runs past O'Keefe, to O'Keefe, past Couch, off the side of the boot. Shane Morwood out in front, goes after it again. Taps it wide, not quite wide enough, but it comes out to Mullane now. Hooks the ball back in towards the centre. Hoyles tries to trap it. And I think the umpire, Clayton, will decide to bounce the ball. Not far from the centre circle. At 10 metres on the Collingwood side of the centre. Flanagan gets the tap. Neville Shaw can't get the ball far. Kicked off the ground by Williams. Hocking came through off the side of the boot. Sumner first on the scene for Collingwood. Touched by Boss. Gary Shaw with a hand pass across to McMullen. McMullen should go long because it's a 2-out duel between Taylor and Reynoldsson. Taylor shepherding, Reynoldsson coming through, taps the ball forward. Mullane does well to come through. Pop one too high, and Mullane will take the free kick, only 25 metres out from goal. On a fairly acute angle, but still plenty of goal open. Darren Mullane. yet to put a goal on the board. So Mullane 30 metres out from goal. Very deliberate in his approach. Favours the drop punt, swinging back, and I think the goal umpire will indicate full points to Darren Mullane. His first goal, Collingwood's 12th. Very happy Collingwood fan marking that goal to Darren Mullane as they go to 12 goals, 12. 84 with Geelong on 8-10-58.
Darren Mullane having 1, Brian Taylor having 6 in Mullen 2, and singles also to Jamie Turner, Neville Shaw and Mark Williams. We're a minute and a half away from entering time on in this third term, and Collingwood starting to stamp their authority on this game. Another bounce in the middle after Jamie Turner not letting his opponent clear. Flanagan in front. Socket off the ground by Morgan eventually down towards Lidner, who flicked it out delightfully, but the umpire said it might have been delightful, but it was illegal. I thought he looked all right, Bobby.
I thought he did too, Sandy.
He acted like greased lightning, the umpire, in picking that up. So Morwood is the recipient of the free kick. O'Keefe. Oh, 1, 2, 3 grabs, but not quite paid the mark. So a bounce just about in the middle of the ground. About to enter time on. Collingwood leading, Geelong wanting a couple of quick goals. Neville Shaw goes to the half-forward line, and a good mark taken there by Martin Christensen.
So Marty Christensen from the half-back line. A hand pass on to Boss. Likewise Morgan to Marty Christensen. Spears the pass forward to Brownless, who takes the mark at centre half forward. 15-metre penalty will bring him within kicking distance.
He'd kick it from there anyway, wouldn't he, Bobby?
Well, I would imagine so, Sandy. Kicked 2 goals, but could easily have had 4 or 5 on the board. Hasn't really kicked well today, Bill Brownless. I know that he can kick a football, not just from the games he's played in VFL football, but from the number of times I've seen him with Assumption College. It's Brownless from directly in front. Now that's what he kicks like. The goal umpire does not move.
3 goals to Bill Brownless. And Geelong keep hanging in this game at Victoria Park, with the scoreboard showing Collingwood 12-12, 84, Geelong 9-10, 64. Once again, the margin is back to 20 points, and we've played just about a minute of time on in this third term. Brownless contribution, 3 goals, 3 for the match so far. Here's the centre bounce. Another one here for the Cats prior to this three-quarter time siren, and the door will be open for a great final turn. It still is now as Tony Shaw gets a kick up towards the half-forward line. Gary Shaw, well, the umpire said no, it was touched, play on. Couch is tackled fiercely by Williams. There was a decent old shove in the back. The umpires picked that one up.
A bit late, I think,
about 20 minutes late. Nevertheless, the ball will go back.
It was a free kick.
Yep, my word. O'Keefe. Brownless is edged out. There's so many there. Evans, a high kick. Now this could bounce. It has bounced. And Geelong with 2 quick goals. And that's Evans' second, are back in business. The margin is now only 14 points. And Bobby, that's exactly what the Cats wanted.
It certainly is, Sandy. That means that this quarter has been very even. Only 1 point has been gained by Collingwood. It was a 13-point margin at half-time. Geelong had a 2-point margin at quarter time. So no matter, although Collingwood looked as though they might have gained the ascendancy with a 26-point lead at one stage in this term, Geelong coming back. 84-74, 14 points. Peter Johnston in the ruck for Geelong. Tony Shaw went to kick it off the ground. Hoyle's coming through. It's taken by Williams. His kick slightly smothered. It comes to Gary Shaw. A goal coming up as Gary Shaw puts it forward. He's just offline though. For 1 point only the result. And O'Keefe and McEwen. There's the board, 85-70. As Reynoldsson goes to the outer side of the ground. No mark. Comes through to the back. Turner coming through. Comes onto the left foot. Puts the pass forward, looking for Lindner. Morwood. Apart from one mistake, playing an excellent game. Morwood's kick, punched away by Gary Shaw, away from Turner. It goes over the boundary line for a throw-in to take place, midway between centre wing and half forward, flank for Collingwood. From the throw-in. Cloak. Boss coming in. Pushing the back, according to the umpire. And so Gary Shaw will take the kick. Doesn't take the kick, gives the hand pass to Williams. Cross towards centre half forward. Turner, Jamie Turner, playing an excellent game for Collingwood. And from centre half forward, he should have the shot. He's directly in front. He has kicked one goal for Collingwood. Now, the son of a former Collingwood great, Ken Turner, who played for Collingwood and Victoria, and a fine winger for Collingwood. So Jamie Turner from centre half forward. Nice looking kick from Jamie Turner. 2 goals for Turner. Lovely kick from Turner. He's played a fine game.
And a steadier, Bobby, for the Magpies. They moved to 13-13, 91, again opening up that 21-point break. The Cats 10-10, 70, and just over 29 minutes played in this third quarter. So it looks as though they'll go into the break with a good 2, 3, maybe even 4 straight kick lead. Collingwood, but anything can happen in the final. From the centre bounce once again, it's Neville Shaw's short kick that is trapped well. O'Keefe has an airy, so he says, I'll have another shot. And he does. High to the half-forward line. Lindner tries to use the body. Waiting out wide is Tony Burgess. Burgess gets it clear towards Darren Mullane. Down to the half-forward line once again. Tony Shaw now up towards the pocket region. And the mark has been taken by David Cloak. Well, Cloak's had a bit of a quiet first half, but has come into it in this third term. Second mark in this term to David Cloak. 40 metres out, 45-degree angle, a flat-looking drop punt. It doesn't matter. It's effective. He's goal. And the Maggies move away again. A margin of 27 points. And David Cloak kicks his first goal. 14-13 to 10-10 on Seven's big lead.
That could be a decisive margin at this stage of the game, Sandy. 31 minutes into the quarter. Ryan Taylor come out to say well done to David Cloak. Taylor showing a lot of enthusiasm for the team today. 27 points the margin in favour of Collingwood. Tony Shaw not travelling much distance. Hocking takes possession. The left foot kick up towards Peter Johnson, who takes a nice mark. Hand passes immediately to Christensen. Phillips in the front position. Brownless well out of position on that occasion. Brownless made no attempt to lead. And now Phillips across the goal. It bounces over the boundary line, so we're throwing to take place forward pocket for Geelong. With Collingwood on 14-13. Geelong 10-10 as the siren sounds for three-quarter time. And it's 14-13, 97. Geelong 10-10, 70.
Into the final term here at Victoria Park, and the visitors, the Cats, have the job ahead of them. They trail by 27 points. Can they come back? Collingwood go on with it. Let's find out now. It was the first of the centre bounces. Won by Fellows. Tries to push it wide. And it is so. Ian McMullen loses the run of the football. It's some fierce tackling. It was on Hocking. And he'll take the free kick. Mullen at centre wing. A high drop punt up to the half-forward line. Johnson uses the body. Cloak waits down. Tried to affect the handball. Aerial ping-pong at the moment. It's all handball. Eventually the kick comes from Martin Christensen. Morgan gets a poor bounce. Christensen, that was Damien, gets it clear. Bounce across half-back line. The Cats go into attack. Up towards half-forward. Spoiled by Phillips. pushed further on towards Lidner. He had one incredible goal earlier on in the game, but on that occasion, off target, his contribution is now 2 goals, 3, and Geelong trail by 26 points.
So Phillips will bring the ball back into play for Collingwood. I think he'll go straight up to centre, favouring the torpedo punt. Williams thumps it on. Good play by Mark Williams. Tony Shaw traps it. The hand pass to Darren Mullane. Hand passes on again to McEwen. Back to Tony Shaw. Hand passes forward. But he's got a free kick. McEwen follows on. Kicks it off the ground. Cloak got one in the back. Poor tackle. And so David Cloak will come out with the free kick. Cloak 60 metres out from goal. Should get it forward while there's just the 2 down there. Reynoldsson and Brian Taylor. Push in the back. No. Taylor having words to the umpire, but according to umpire Clayton, Taylor was playing for the free kick. As Drum accepted it from Reynoldsson. On to Hocking, back to Drum. Drum with a long hand pass. Neville Shaw in the front position, got a poor bounce. O'Keefe picks it up. Doesn't get much distance with his kick. And it's taken by Wes Fellows. Across to Tony Shaw. A lovely pass finds Williams. Immediately hand passes to Greg Smith. Smith out wide and Collins takes the mark. So Darren Collins goes short. Gary Shaw. Shaw is about 40 metres out from goal. He should have no trouble with the distance. So Gary Shaw. Trouble with the distance or the accuracy, and it's 1 goal to Gary Shaw, his first for the game. Collingwood 15-13, Geelong 10-11.
The task for the visitors to the Cats is becoming very, very tough. 103 plays 71, Bobby. 32-point break.
Too much, I feel, Sandy.
Well,
but there's still a long way to go, let's face it.
Yep. One man who'd be relatively pleased at the moment to start his coaching career off on a winning note is Leigh Matthews. As you say, it's early in the last term. Flanagan wins a mighty thump down towards Lidner. Can he get away? Yes, he can. He's clear. Well, now, what's the umpire said there?
He said he's run too far.
Really is. Forward.
Must take short steps.
Plays on the handball across to Gordon Sumner. Oh, careful here, Mark Williams, as he gets it clear. And eventually the long kick from Smith goes up towards Cloak at half forward. At the back is Brian Taylor, slipped at the critical stage. Reynoldsson taps it wide towards the line. Shaw nips in underneath. And the umpire says, come on, boys. Line ball, I'll have it. So a bounce. Brian Taylor just waiting back there in the square. Should someone squirt one out? Flanagan again. But who's able to take it away? A hurried kick from Evans down towards the half-back line. Bright's at the bottom of that pack. Jamie Turner's there. Gordon Sumner over the top. And another bounce to take place. Big pack of players round this ball as Cloak. Flanagan comes over the top of him. Mullane trying to push it forward. At the bottom of the pack, it eventually comes clear. Darren Mullane trying his heart out, so too was Terry Bright. McMullen, short kick taken by Morgan. Can spear out the hand pass towards his captain in Taylor. He's caught. Morgan again. He's allowing play to go on, and eventually Morgan is clear. One bounce across the centre. Steadies a left footer in towards half forward, and Brownless takes the mark. Well, I'd dearly love to see him try a torpedo from here.
You're not going to,
he's going to. The drop punt, it's another fair kick right into the square, and the mark taken on the last line of defence, and it's being paid.
Collingwood fans aren't happy for what reason I do not know, Sandy, because I thought it was a clear mark to Craig Cleave.
And from one end of the ground to the other, he's got a chance to go. He does. And so the Cats come 6 points closer.
Wes Fellows should realise that no matter how tall you are, at that end of the ground, you punch the ball away. 15-13, 107. It's Collingwood score with Geelong 11-11-77. That goal coming off the boot of Craig Cleave, who is now at half forward. Peter Johnson, centre half back. Reynoldsson, full back. Cleave looks like centre half full. Fellows gets the tap. Tony Shaw, a hand pass to brother Neville.
Oh!
He runs straight into trouble. Got one too high, according to the umpire. And Neville Shaw will take the free kick. Hand passes wide to Mullane. Mullane, a long kick. Peter Johnson taps the ball out. Comes back towards Christensen. Drum. And so Damien Drum couldn't get the ball clear. Collins coming over the top. And umpire Clayton will bounce the ball. Forward line for Collingwood. Flanagan will compete in the ruck for Geelong. Cloak for Collingwood. Damien Drum couldn't take it. Christensen across to Johnston. Damien Christensen that was. Fellows up high, takes a nice mark. So where's Fellows? Across the centre, Turner's there for Collingwood. It's time for a bounce from the centre of the ground. Puts it towards half forward, and the mark taken in defence by O'Keefe of Geelong. 15-metre penalty. Plays on now. He's pushed down after he kicks the ball. Play on according to the umpire. Morwood gets the hand pass out to Tony Shaw. On to Neville Shaw. His kick dropping short. Gary Shaw couldn't take the mark. Collins is well tackled. And Peter Johnson will take the kick.
Straight into it.
Damien Drum accepting the hand pass from Johnston. Puts the kick towards half forward. And the mark taken down there by Cleave. The hand pass on to Michael Turner. Has one bounce. Tripped. And is paid free kick. So 60 metres out from goal, maybe 65. Too far to score. So Michael Turner. Long skipper. Using the torpedo punt kick. Brownless is there. Can't take the mark. Evans forcing the ball through. It's picked up by Damien Christensen. He snaps towards goal. Right on the line, though, Shane Moore.
Moore on the last line of defence, having played almost 9 minutes of this final term, and Collingwood holding the Cats. Geelong trying desperately to get back in it. Turn it from one side of the ground to the other. It's covering plenty of territory. Wants to give his side a goal if he can. And that's set them alight. Tucked on the boundary line, using the torp again. Going across the face of goal. Lidner waiting down, couldn't take it, and Collingwood out of strife again. Back towards the half-back line. Turner was there, Shaw also. And the umpire said the ball was held. Collingwood Army not happy. Pat on the back to Gary Shaw, but a bounce will take place. Cloak and Flanagan. Boss couldn't take it. Almost a free kick on his way. Flanagan to Turner, smothered off the boot. Touched, yes, and so a throw in the take place. Collingwood desperate for a couple of quick goals. Geelong, I should say, desperate for a couple of quick goals. I guess Collingwood would be anyway. Be happy with anything at the moment to keep them rolling along very nicely. Thank you. Boss from the back. Morgan persisting. Boss again. Morgan again. Christensen caught, but gets his kick down towards the half-forward line. Couch looking for someone going past. Gives it to Cleave. In towards full forward he goes. Morwood back on it now. As Brownless kept it in play, he has. Be a check side, Billy. He fires at goal. He goes across the face of goal. And 1 point. So Bill Brownless' tally, 3-4 out of Geelong's 11-12. Collingwood a 15-13. And yes, you can smile. I think you have.
And return. Gets away from Morgan. A hand pass, Gary Shaw. It's time to steady things up with a bounce in towards the centre. Williams punches the ball on. Favourable bounce for Drum.
pinged.
And is pinged, as Sandy called it. It's Neville Shaw with the free kick. Well, it's exactly what happened to Neville Shaw not long back. So Neville Shaw with the kick. It's at long. Marty Christensen couldn't take it. Flanagan does.
Oh!
Trouble. Hand pass onto Hoyles. Now to Marty Christensen, who spilled it. McMullen kicks it off the ground. Comes after it again. Ian McMullen hooks the ball up towards the square. Hit the post. 1 point kicked by Ian McMullen. So 15-14 to 11-12. 4 goals to the margin. 26 points in favour of Collingwood. Stephen Reynolds. Out towards half-back. Thumped on by O'Keefe. Brighton Gayfer. Gayfer taps the ball down. Traps it. Can't get it clear, though. Umpire Clayton indicating that he'll bounce the ball midway between centre of the ground and centre wing.
A little over 12 minutes played. Final term. Collingwood holding sway. Cloak in front. Tap down. A hurried kick by Boss. Goes virtually across the ground. Here's an opportunity for Mullane again as he goes up towards the half-forward flank. Fisted down. Geelong trying desperately to get it out of defence through Martin Christensen. Support there from Johnny Hoyles. Tony Shaw intercepts. They're all clamouring upon the football, and eventually it goes towards the line, and Damien Drum says, I think I'll flick it over. He does. Plenty of desperation on the part of both sides on that occasion. So here's the throw-in. David Cloak farmed it nicely, but straight to Johnston. Can he get clear? Yes, he can, to Darren Morgan, and the Cats are away. Morgan's left foot kick down towards the half-forward line. At the back, Lidner a chance. Down towards Brownless. Phillips getting back now. Spoils it, and it'll be a free kick to Billy Brownless. Greg Phillips not at all impressed. But Billy Brownless has kicked 3 and a chance to keep the Cats in this game. He goes, and they're not out of it yet. Brownless, 4 goals. And Geelong keep on keeping on. 15-14, plays 12-12. We're back to a 20-point margin. That's the margin they've had trouble cracking in the last half, Robbie.
John, they have got on a number of occasions, Sandy, to within 13 points as they were at half-time. And in the third turn, they got back to 13 or 14 points a couple of times, but then Collingwood able to go away on each occasion.
Let's see if they can do it this time. Critical to see who can win it out of the middle. Flanagan gets a favourable bounce. Straight down to Couch. The Cats are in business again. Couch's long kick. Phillips too strong for Brownless on this occasion. He's had a fine start to the season, Greg Phillips. Shaw. Gary Shaw. Picked up plenty of touches today. 10 kicks as Collingwood through Darren Mullane bring it round centre wing, or he goes for the handball again. A hurried kick gathers little distance from Gayfer. Across the wing towards Turner he goes. Now McEwen, he's clear, goes on to the left foot. He's looking for Taylor. Taylor comes out now, the meat in the sandwich. He's torn apart as Boss gets the handball away. Looking for Steve Hocking. He's under plenty of pressure. Oh, gee, they're going in fiercely there. And eventually the umpire comes in and decides upon a bounce. And I don't think Mark Williams will be too happy with that.
Boss was sitting on his thing. Bounce short of half forward. Cloak gets a big punch. Darren Collins, can he get boot to it? He does. Doesn't go far though. Straight up and down. Collins is in here again. It comes out this time to Reynolds, Flanagan, Marty Christensen. His kick towards half back. Darren Mullane up high, but it's Jamie Turner in the front position. Mullane has given away a free kick though. It'll come back to John Hoyles. No. Mullane getting up and giving away that free kick as Hocking accepts the hand pass. Damien Christensen gives it on to Michael Turner. An awkward bounce, but Shane Morwood reads it beautifully. Shows tremendous skill. It's a long kick towards half forward, but Marty Christensen in the way. And a good job for Geelong down there today. A poor hand pass though. Flanagan should have taken it all the same. Flanagan's kick dropping short. No mark taken. Hoyle's coming through. No chance of getting rid of it sitting there. And so the umpire, when you're cutting, you'll bounce the ball.
Hoyles ain't Hoyles.
Whatever you say, Sandy. Flanagan from behind. Gets the tap. Christensen, Damien Christensen coming through. Neville Shaw in there as well. Another bounce will take place. Still almost on centre wing. Slightly on the Collingwood side of the centre. Mark Williams. Flanagan and Cloak. Cloak gets the thump. Jamie Turner puts it forward. McEwen across to Gary Shaw. He'll go goalward. It's a nice looking kick. 2 goals to Gary Shaw. And I must say it's the best game I've seen Gary Shaw play. Sandy?
Yes, he'd be delighted to be back in the fray once again as Collingwood go to 16-14, 110 again, opening up that margin over the Cats, who are sitting on 12-12.
Only 11 kicks, but 15 hand passes have been added to that 11 kicks, Sandy.
Been a fine day, 26 touches. And he's certainly done his job for the Maggies. Now out of the centre, there's been an infringement across the square, and Flanagan is the recipient of the free kick down towards the half-forward line. Lidner is the target. Tackled too high initially, or dummies, but then gets caught. Too slow almost to get rid of the football. This puts pressure on Smith for Collingwood, but he's good enough to get out of it. And through handball, it finishes with Tony Shaw. The Maggies come streaming out of defence, up towards the half-forward line, and the mark's taken by McKeon. Straight on to Williams, another one across to Turner. Danger here. Turner, is he clear? He gets a hurried kick. It'll be a poor bounce. Taylor snares it almost beautifully. Picks it up now, the big fella. Needs support. Gets it across to Williams, who's followed play down. Hooks it over his shoulder and has kicked a miraculous goal. Captain stuff from Mark Williams.
Good play by Taylor there, Sandy. He slipped. He would have had the shot himself, but after he slipped, he was able to recover, get a nice hand pass across to Williams for a beautiful goal. 2 goals to Mark Williams, and I think that's shut the gate, Sandy. 116 to 84.
Brian Taylor, 6 goals to his credit, and certainly a great hand in that one. Centre bounce once again. 19 minutes almost have elapsed in this final term, and the Maggies look like returning to the winners list in 86. From the centre bounce, they're clear once again as Mike Gafer goes long to the half-forward line. Johnson ports on the defensive. Gary Shaw's handball number 16 across to McKeon, back to Turner. Turner into the open goal, and he's missed a sitter. 1 point. He just had to chip short, and he went wide. 117, plays 84. And running home pretty well, the Maggies. O'Keefe on half-back, plays on to Turner. Michael Turner on the right foot, just tried to flick it back, but it's straight to Tony Shaw. Tunnel ball stuff to Ian McMullen. McMullen's kick to half-forward, Johnston takes them up. Not worrying about the 15 metres, he goes out wide towards Hocking. Hocking clear. Gives it across to Mark Damien Christensen. His kick to half-forward. Now here's a chance, although Morwood cuts across for Collingwood. A nice handball, sees McEwen clear. Another one from Phillips, and they're out of trouble once again. This time it's Gordon Sumner up to the half-forward line. Cloak and Johnston will see it drift over the line for a throw-in, and Collingwood's right half-forward.
33 points in favour of Collingwood. And Collingwood quite impressive in this term, and I'm sure those fans are quite happy, Sandy.
Well, they should be. They're coming home pretty strongly from that throw-in. Geelong desperately trying to get into attack. They've got a chance through John Hoyles. His kick to the half-forward line. The bounce was not a good one for Morwood. And it's all right for Lidner. He can steady and shoot in towards goal. A drop punt on its way, but he's off target. And 1 point only. So another chance going begging there as Geelong moved to 12-13. And Bruce Lidner has kicked 2 goals, 4 of that tally. So he's been somewhat off target today. As we're in the 21st minute, out wide, and the mark taken by Tony Shaw in the back pocket. Morwood gave him a lead, but he ignores it, gives it across to Smith, who in turn drifts it towards Morwood. Turner came over the top, couldn't take it. Plenty of Collingwood players going in there. Morgan's going to have to beat the lot, and he almost does. It's flicked out wide, or was it thrown? No, the umpire said it was thrown. So, once again, Collingwood out of strife, and will it be Ian McMullen who'll hand it across to Tony Shaw, and he'll take it from half-back.
Short kick across to Fellows. A hand pass to Burgess from the centre. Floating kick from Burgess. Brian Taylor, the only one who looked like taking it. Taylor with 6 goals, 5 to his credit at the moment. Could really seal things, not that it probably hasn't already been sealed, but Brian Taylor directly in front, 45 metres out from goal, maybe shorter than that. Oh, it's Brian Taylor. Nice looking kick. 7 goals to Brian Taylor. 18-15 to 12-13. Brian Taylor, after a couple of weeks suspension, incurred in a Foster's Cup game, back in business. 7 goals, 5 out of 18-15. This is the man we're talking about, Brian Taylor. Stephen Reynoldsson backing back, both shielding their eyes from the sun. There's the ball. 123 to 85 as Flanagan gets the tap. Damien Christensen, the hand pass. O'Keefe held when not in possession, and he will take the free kick. No, he might lose it now. Yes, he did have the free kick. He decided to square things up a little bit, and now it's Neville Shaw. Puts it wide to brother Tony. And the hand pass to Williams. Cloak. Tony Shaw. Williams. Gets around it. Gary Shaw. Snap towards goal. And Gary Shaw brings up his 3rd goal. 19-15 Collingwood to 12-13 Geelong. And Collingwood now doing as they like. Ecstatic Collingwood fans. So Geelong, who started this game on the bottom of the ladder, look like staying there. Gary Shaw bringing up his 3rd goal. And there's the board. 19-15, 129 to 12-13, 85. Fellows gets the tap. Neville Shaw should get a free kick and does. A hand pass to McMullen. A long kick from McMullen. Taylor up high. Couldn't take the mark. Daniels comes through. He loses possession. Drum coming through for Geelong. A nice piece of shepherding from Hocking allows Drum to settle down. Put the short kick to Christensen, Damien Christensen, and he will take it. Christensen goes short again. Looks for Drum, and he takes the mark. Now he's allowed to play on. Damien Drum towards half forward. Bright punches the ball away. Runs past O'Keefe. He gets a favourable bounce. Gives it to Damien Christensen, who handballed it forward, and then he's held and will take the free kick. So Damien Christensen wide on centre wing. Christensen over the half-forward line. Evans is there for Geelong, and he takes them up. So Craig Evans, 2 goals to his credit. Puts it up towards the square. Cleave from behind. It's a lovely mark to Cleave. Up high. Got the ride using the big ruckman in Fellows, and Cleave with 1 goal to his credit earlier in this quarter will bring them 6 points closer, but it's still too far. 44 points the margin at the moment. 38 now as Cleave brings up his 2nd goal. Craig Cleave now at half forward for Geelong. The fans saying skill was what got the goal. Badly needed goal it was, but Collingwood still holding sway with a 38-point advantage. 129 to 91. Fellows of Collingwood, Flanagan of Geelong. 38-point lead, 26 minutes have gone. Fellows gets the tap. Jamie Shaw overruns it. Another bounce will take place. Jamie Turner, I should say. There's enough Shaws out there without giving another one. 3 Shaws, Tony, Neville, Garrett. Once again, a pack forms. The umpire will bounce the ball. Pack there this time. Flanagan got the tap. Was tapped on that time though by the big fellow in Fellows. Neville Shaw was in there for Collingwood. Jamie Turner, Mark Boss, the 2 number 24s, and another bounce will take place. Approaching the 27-minute mark of the final term, Collingwood holding a 38-point lead. Well in command of this game. Fellows, Mullane, tapped wide. Williams picks it up, across to Gary Shaw, down towards the pocket. Daniels and Marty Christensen runs over the line before either player could get anywhere near the ball, and the throwing to take place in the forward pocket for Collingwood. 37 Daniels, 47 Christensen, and the background Taylor and Reynolds. Cloak gets the ball down, picked up by Morgan of Geelong. Hoyles in the front position takes a nice mark. Tony Shaw gets the loose ball. Easily gets away, goes short, and a well-placed kick finds Darren Mullane. And Mullane from half forward. Across to centre half forward, Neville Shaw let loose. Could make the distance from here, Neville Shaw. 1 goal to his credit. Been on and off the interchange bench a few times today. Neville Shaw. Might not make the distance, but it matters not because Taylor used his bolt for perfection, and Brian Taylor will almost certainly bring up his 8th goal. Brian Taylor brought around by the umpire, but you can see for yourself from where the mark is taken, he must line up with the centre of the goal, so umpire Clayton most certainly right. I don't think it'll matter though. Taylor should still bring up his 8th goal, and that's exactly what happens. 8 goals to Brian Taylor out of 20 goals, 15. 8 goals, 5 in fact, as Mark Williams says. Well done to Brian Taylor. A pat in the back from the Collingwood skipper, and it's Collingwood 2015, 135, Geelong 13-13, 91. So 44 points, the margin once again. 44 points in favour of Collingwood. Brian Taylor. There's the board, 135.91. 44 points. Fellows gets the tap. Bright misses it. Gafer gets the hand pass to Neville Shaw. Puts it down towards the square. Taylor from behind. Recovers before anybody else. Snaps toward goal. He's offline. 1 point the result. And so 8 goals, 6 to Brian Taylor. (136.91). Collingwood with a 45-point advantage as Reynolds directs it towards half-back. O'Keefe punches the ball on. Over the line it goes. So a throw-in on the half-forward line for Collingwood. Peter Johnston against Cloak. Cloak gets the thump. Intercepted by Drum. Breaks the tackle, then is tackled again, and is penalised accordingly. So an excellent piece of play there by Neville Shaw. He hand passes immediately to Tony Shaw as the siren sounds, and the final score sees Collingwood 2016, 136, Geelong 13-13, 91.
You want to be a real footballer? I've been a real footballer. You've got to look like a real footballer. You've got to go for the mark. The VFL mark. Go for the mark. Go for the mark.
Go for the VFL mark at Myer. Real footy Guernseys, real footy shorts, and real supporters wool jumpers in all club colours and badges. Go for the VFL mark at Myer.
And so joy for the Collingwood Army at last as they run away to record their first win for the season by the margin of 45 points. And what a fine day it was by full forward Brian Taylor. He could have kicked well over 10 or 12 goals, but was a little off target, finishing the day with 8 goals 6. A fine return to form also by Gary Shaw, who contributed 3, whilst for Geelong, Bill Brownless, replacing Jacko at full forward, finished the day with 4 goals. And so Collingwood notched their first win for the season and stayed near the bottom of the ladder, but Geelong equal bottom at the moment, still yet to record their first win of the year. Will it come next week? Well, next week Geelong tackle North Melbourne, whilst Collingwood has another tough one. They will play Footscray, and that game being played at the Western Oval. Incidentally, if it's a game of footy you'd like to see on tape, then Pro Football is the tape for you. It's available at your club or at your favourite video store. Pro Football, again, coming your way soon.